Pretty much.
What, viewers live?
Yeah.
No.
When I put it on YouTube, no, tons.
Really?
So like nobody has the time to watch it now. They're always watching later. That's why we're gonna stop doing it live per se, and we're just gonna be filming and recording and uploading to the closed group. Okay, so good enough time to announce that we're not gonna be putting anything out for free anymore. Ha! You have to start paying.
Freeloaders.
Yeah, freeloaders. Got everything almost finished. We got about 4 more classes of the fundamentals syllabus to film, and we're going to put it into the closed group. Okay, so if you're interested in being a part of the closed group, you're going to have to contact Pretty Valley Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Okay, we're going to put you in a special closed group if you're a member of the club, and we'll have stuff that you can just buy on the side. But I highly recommend being part of the closed group because we'll be updating every day.
And people who aren't in the closed group see that?
No, this is just for people that will see it now.
Oh, gotcha.
In general. And yeah, so I'm only going to be filming the fundamentals. We're not going to do advanced classes anymore. We're going to do like 4 to 5 minute clips of advanced moves and then suggesting possibly joining the club. So yeah, in the meantime, tonight, we're going to be refilming because I completely forgot to record the last time when Elise was here. We're going to be doing leg hook takedown and the Kimura from the guard. Okay, so no warm-ups, no nothing, just instruction. Do you remember how to do a leg hook takedown?
Not that well.
I got you back.
Thanks, buddy.
I'll get you to stand on this side. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a bit of drill. Okay. So in all the classes that we do, we're going to be going over finding our base, making a connection to make moves simple. Okay. So if we start with our partner facing us and we were to do over under. So if I put one underneath, one over the top, this is a good front clinch over under 50-50. What I want is an angle. Okay, so if you turn towards the camera for me, pause here. If I'm hanging off of this arm so much that I lift this arm and I can shift my angle, that's what I want. Okay, I want to be over and off to the side, avoiding strikes and having better leverage. All right, so starting with your partner from the front, hang off of the arm. You're going to hang, reach to the ceiling, and work your way around to the side clinch. So do me a favor and turn to the camera for me and pause. From here, I never want to be holding on what looks like a letter T. If he was to lean a little to the right, my weight goes in my toes. If he leans a little to the left, my weight goes in my heels. Okay? What I need is like a tug of war base. Okay? So what we can do is we can practice with our partner just here. So turn to the camera, please. And don't worry about a wizard just for now, because that's going to end up being a wacky katana. If I put a hand on his hip bone, if I have my legs lined up like this is good neutral side to side, but not back and forth. What I want is a 4-point base, okay? So that means if he was to walk away from me, it looks like I'm doing tug of war, okay? I'm pulling a rope. So I'm gonna replace that rope with a hip bone. From here, if he starts to lean a little to the right, from here, you can feel that, okay? Lean a little to the right, the other right.
Yes,
you
right.
feel this. Okay, you feel how there's no control. One more time. All my weight goes into my toes. He's the one in control of me. Again, it's different. Okay, and now slow motion. Watch my hips again. If I sink, you feel the weight, right? Now, if I'm here and he does that again, and I sink, if he starts to push back into me and I don't connect in time, I'm going to be off base. So the game is he starts to pull. Yes. He starts to push. Yes. What I'm doing is when he pulls slow motion, my hips are turning, okay? So if you watch my knee's turning in, my hips turning back, okay? And if he starts to push, my shoulder is making a connection. What I mean is this. If I'm here in a neutral base, if he's pulling, I'm pulling. If he's pushing, I'm pushing, all right? It's a very subtle movement. So from here, practice with your partner by just holding the hip bone. Your shoulder makes a connection, not your hip. He starts to pull, turn. He starts to push. I want you to push from your foot to your shoulder and go, no. Very subtle motion. Okay, one try. Turn. From here, perfect. Now stay exactly where you are. Don't fight anything, and I want you to feel your toes. You see how the weight's kind of coming into them? I'm going to put you in this. Okay. I want you to start to hunker down a little bit. Yes. You feel this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a big difference.
Yeah.
Okay, let's turn to the camera. Take a step. Pause here. If we look at our legs right now, looks like a letter I.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like a letter T.
Yep.
I want a shitty letter V. Okay, nice and wide. Pause.
Mm-hmm.
Here. Okay, it's very subtle. I want you to hold the hip nice and snug and connect your shoulder to me. When I start to pull, I want your hips to go back. So you're sitting down in the chair. Yes. I start to push. Connect from your left foot to your shoulder. Yes. Yeah, you're late. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So don't stand up so tall.
Okay.
Just take
Just
out
try
the
to
slack.
yeah.
Yeah. So literally just start to push a little bit with your shoulder.
Yeah.
Yes. That's enough.
Okay.
All right. So connect from your left foot to your right shoulder. How's that feel?
Definitely.
Solid, right?
Yep.
You don't have to stand up. Just take out the slack. Good. Good.
Got quite a bit.
It took me 3 years. All right. I'm not gonna like yell at him on the first night. It literally took me 3 years, and I had my instructor like, no. Yeah, God, I'll do it for you. And literally put himself in base so I could feel it. All right. So when you think about it, right now, neutral is good side to side. My feet are just outside of my shoulders. If I was to swap that, this is good for pushing a car up a hill, but I'm terrible side to side. I need to find the middle of those two. Here, here, okay? My weight's not leaning forward, my weight's not leaning back. If you look at my feet and my head, evenly distributed, okay? Now my hips are turned, my knees are out, and my hands are up. So if I'm here, this is good side to side, shift back and forth. So I find that 4-point base, okay? Now the leg hook comes because of this. So let's get that one more time. This time with your partner, you're gonna start over, under, shift your angle, and when you get to over here, when you do that, snap. There's a lot of fun shit.
Just a reflex.
I know. It's all good. For now, pause. I have a C-clamp on the tricep. My elbow is pinched in nice and tight. When I'm here, I'm hugging the hip bone itself. If I'm just holding onto the belt or the body, turn back towards me. Easy to do, okay? Turn back towards me. It should be a bit of a struggle. Turn back towards me. That's what's going to give me the body fold, okay? I want him to really turn to do it. I want him to really pull to do it. If he has to struggle for something, that's what gives you the easy takedown, okay? So one more time. Start with your partner, and you're going to be in a side clinch. Not a letter T, not a letter I. C-clamp the tricep. Pinch your elbow in snug. Hold the hip bone. Now from here, when your partner starts to pull away a little bit, yes, I should be able to take a setup step, okay? Like I'm water skiing, right? That's important. Lean your weight back towards me. I don't have the takedown. That's super important that you do that little in between and feel it, okay? Again, with your partner, from here, if he starts to pull away, yes, I should be able to hang off of this person. If they're not pulling away, I don't have this takedown. If he's pushing in, it's a completely different takedown, okay? So start with your partner from here, hand on the hip, C-clamp the tricep, elbow pinched in, finding your base. Your partner does a little bit of a pull away, setup step. From the setup step, your back hook is the takedown. So this leg that's tapping is going to hook and turn, okay? The takedown is not because you want to do it. The takedown is because they give it to you, okay? Wanna try? Sure. So with this first version, with your partner, I want you to feel. The next one, I want you to feel, setup step, and I want you to feel that you can hang off this person, okay? Now, all he's gonna do is take his back leg and just hook my leg. He's gonna turn and let me go. He's not gonna do anything else, okay? So when you do this, have a look at me. Without you, it looks like this. You're pulling, setup step, setup step.
Okay.
Don't give up your base for anything.
Good.
Okay? Nice and slow motion. Now from here, if there's no striking involved, hold on to my wrist, this is fine. In reality, it's fairly easy to get out of, okay? So jiu-jitsu wise, probably bad. C-clamp the tricep, pinch your elbow in nice and tight. Pause here.
Sure.
Hold tight, yeah? Okay. Behind the tricep, C-clamp. Yes. So don't let my elbow come up. So hold a little bit higher. Yes. You feel that? Yes.
More control.
Yeah. Now from here, feel this.
Okay. So I gotta keep it.
Yes.
Elbow tight.
Yes. That's perfect.
Cool.
Okay. Now, last thing that's annoying. Headbutt and your eyes.
Okay.
So tuck your chin, hide your face. Make it hard for me to do things. Yes. Yes. Perfect. Okay. Pause here. You feel me lean. Take a set up step. Hang off of me. Okay. Like literally hang off of me. Yeah. You should be able to.
Yep.
Now take your right leg. Yep. Perfect. It should be effortless. Okay. That's the whole point of these exercises. Not to just do a move and have your partner give it to you. I want you to feel what gives you that move.
Not to be too cross and God here, but I did land square over your leg. Like, should I?
We're not done.
Okay. All right.
Try to get it. It's not pronounced Krav Maga. It's pronounced pin get. Pin get. And I will have this argument for the rest of my life. I worked with Krav Maga guys for a very long time. Okay. Pin get. Again, my partner's going to start here. C-clamp on the tricep. Pause where you are. You look like a letter T. So I need you to take a step back with that leg. Yes. You feel that?
Yep.
Yes. Much better. Okay. When you feel me really pulling away, take that setup step, take my leg. Boom. 100%. Yeah. So we need to cover the distance to manage the damage. All right? So we're always going to be taking the mount. Now, when I do this, once this is done, nothing's in my way of coming down. But if I go like this, my nose is before my toes. I don't want to fall like that. What I want to do is I'm going to keep my hips in front of me. So we're going to add on to the dance move. From here, my partner pulls, set up step. I hook. Now as I hook, my knee is going to drive following with my hips as I come to the mount. Okay? So what that's going to look like is this. Let me just get right here, please. Turn for me. Turn. You're going to start to pull away. Set up step. No. Yeah. You pull away. Hook the leg. Slide the knee across.
Gotcha.
Angle the elbow. Right the fuck away. Okay? Don't worry about quarter line. It's an actual fight. There's no quarter line. And even if there is, I don't care. Elbow to the face. All right? So last time, we get your face this way for this shit.
Yep.
Mine, he pulls, set up, hook, slide, elbow. Okay, you gonna do that to me? Don't do the elbow because last time you elbowed me, you elbowed me. You suck too. All right, pause. Not a thing. That's a thing. Not a thing. Yeah, it's a thing. Okay, you're gonna set up, hook, knee, slide. Yes, perfect. Last thing for that one. We'll do it on this angle for you. Remember to push with your hips, okay? And it's okay. As you're going down, if you're fucking better than nothing, okay? You want to cover the distance. When you are coming down, hips, all right? Lead with your hips for all takedowns, okay? All-ish. One more time. And we'll do it. You on this side. Holding on. Perfect. Now, last thing I want to add on to this, he's perfect right now. But if his nose was before his toes, lean your head forward a little bit. Yes. Ah, shit. So your nose never goes before. Yes. Good. We'll talk about the headlock in a second. He's going to take us out to hook. Ah, it's all good.
Yeah.
It's okay. One more time. When you come down, fuck it. Platoon.
Yeah, I still feel like I'm leading with my knees, not my hips. My nose different.
Yeah, okay. So taking a knee on concrete sucks.
Yeah.
All right. What I want from you is a controlled demolition so that you don't have to take a knee on concrete. Boom, like that. When you're here, that takedown happens nice and controlled. Okay? Super controlled takedown. All right. Also, you don't have to do that, by the way. Yeah, please.
Sure.
Turn to the camera. If I'm here, yes, and he starts to pull away, I don't have to do that. I don't have to take a knee. This is one takedown out of fucking multiple. All right? For now, I really want you to understand the idea. He pulls, there's no weight in that foot. Cool, that's fine. Nice and easy. Lead with the hips. So, slow motion. Okay, pull, set up, step, hook, lead with the hips. Yes. Perfect. Elbow. Fuck. All right. So with this variation of the class, I like to teach it with a punch collection. Okay. So in previous classes, we talked about the idea of the leg hook takedown, period. Cover the distance, manage the damage, get the hook because they step back. All right. Now here's another reason why we get to have it. You're a good size for this. Also, a good size for what we were doing earlier today. If you were to give me a big John Wayne fuck it, that's fine. Okay? We can step in, we can block, and we can cover, and we can clinch. He's taller than me. He gives me a John Wayne fuck it. I can slip, take the back for your takedown. All right? But for today, size-ish right now, unless he plans on doing like a Superman punch, he just gives me a big slap in the ear. Perfect. Big slap in the ear. Come on. Okay? We're collecting the punch. We're going to collect it in a very specific way. We're not doing this. Not a thing. You're not a ninja. Stop it. Your job is to add weight and be a nightmare. Okay? So one more time. My partner is going to give me a big roundhouse to the ear. When I cover, yes. From here, what I'm doing is this. I'm tucking my chin, I'm tucking my elbow, and I'm combing my hair. I'm never going to be looking up. Okay? I never want this present. I want to be looking from underneath my eyebrows. From here, when I cover, it's not loose. I want everything tight. I'm hiding my chin and I'm hiding the brachial plexus. Those are the two things I care about the most. Everything else is a little bit of noise right now. So I'm going to go, fuck. Okay? Most common mistake is this. Don't let your elbow come out. Well, if they hit my elbow, I'm going to break my fist. Yes, they're also going to break your elbow. It sucks, trust me. I've still got little bits of bone laying around. I want you to tuck the elbow in. This is going to end up being like an airbag. Okay? So I want you to slap me as hard as you can. Get it in that head. That's not the end of the world. Okay? If he gives me a big ass swing, so like I'll fucking like the whole thing. Okay? Not the end of the world. Okay? What you don't want is this. This is a bowling ball with like a washcloth on it. I hope he hits it. Fuck that guy. Okay? What I want from you is this. Tight. And you're going to take a setup step in. Now, you're going to collect. So let's talk about that. And just stand right here and pause. Let's say everything's good. I'm here. I'm never going to be set up stepping and doing this. Pull your arm up. Okay. My job is exactly like on the mat. When I'm here, everything melts. Pull your arm out. That's what I want. Okay? What we wanted from the start was to hang off of that arm, lift this, and cut an angle. So let's turn just here, please. My partner's going to hit me. Then hang. So I'm going to shuffle around to the side right away. And now, when I'm here, boom. I'm the one headbutting. I'm the one kneeing. I'm the one striking. I want to cut an angle so I can do the damage. All right? Okay? Sure. Okay. Over here. Okay. So first off, just cover. So cover up for me now. Good. Pause. Can you see me?
Not very well.
And it's useless. Here.
Okay.
I want you to be able to see me.
Okay.
Stay where you are. You're fine, aren't you? Okay? With the chin, open that up. Why the ear should have it. Okay? Hide this part. Yes. And I want you to look from underneath your eyes. Yes. Eyebrows.
Yeah.
Good. That's more than enough. Okay? Now I want you to take a step in when I do that. Good. Pause here. Let your hand touch my back and let it pause high. Like a paperclip. Now sink onto that arm. Yes. Yes. Reach for the ceiling. Come around. C-clef, tricep. Yes. Good. Again. Regardless, practice with your partner about one hand's distance. Okay? I've talked about this. I've talked about this. Right now, my leg's back. He hasn't had time to do any stepping in. He's going to cover everything. He's going to step in. Yes. He's going to cut the angle. Yes. Right away. Hide. Yes. Hide your base. Yes. Leg hook take. Yep. That'll do it. Good work. Whew. All right. Last thing, addendum. One more time, please. Side clinch. Okay. When you feel this, what I want you to do is I want you to lift this elbow.
Okay.
Touch your ear and your shoulder together. Go out the back. Yes. It's like you're putting on a shoehorn. Okay? So get a feel for that, because not everyone's going to do this. Not everyone's going to do this. Not everyone's gonna do this. Not everyone's gonna do this. Be ready for all the versions of stupid, all right? If you're on an angle and you're safe, whatever that person does gives you a takedown, okay? It will get more complicated over time. So last time, pause here. If you feel this, take away this gap. Yes, perfect. All right, addendum, sorry. Let's move on to the groundwork, okay? So what we're gonna be doing is the basic application of the Kimura from guard, all right? That's one of those mythical moves that no one does anymore. You just have to be really strong. I'm gonna make it easy. I'll get you to hop on the guard, stay here. Sure. Can you see?
Yeah, good.
Okay, all right. Now, from here, the guard. My legs are wrapped around someone's waist. We're just gonna be doing the basic application for now. So your partner's gonna start with 2 hands on the mat and their butt's gonna be sitting down nice and relaxed, okay? So what I wanna do is I wanna break that thing. This isn't gonna help me. So the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna bite the back and shift the hip. Now I've created an angle where it's easy for me to collect this arm. Turn with me, please. Do you look okay?
Yeah, just cramping.
That's okay.
It always says that.
If it cramps, stop.
Okay, just go down.
Yeah, all good. Okay. So from here, if I need to shift, if I put my foot on the ground, you feel how there's no weight on you.
Yep.
There's nothing stopping him from doing things. What I want is to constantly be connected to this person and be an annoyance, okay? If I straighten both of my legs and lift my hips, I can move. And you notice how I moved away. And that's good for some things, not good for this thing. What I want to do is I want to pick one leg and I want to bite the back. So that means I'm pulling the heel to me. I straighten the other leg. Now, when I start to drive this leg to the ground, it helps me shift my hips on an angle, okay? So our partner is going to be here. The way we shift our hips is the arm we're going to grab. What I want from you is this. You're just going to roll up and you're going to wrap the arm. So C-clamp, over the top, C-clamp, all right? The grips won't matter later. Right now, it's a very important dance move. Grab the wrist, come over the top, past the elbow, and grab your wrist. Now from here, all I'm gonna do is lay on my back. Watch what happens between his butt and his heel. A space opens. What I wanna do is hook that leg, okay? I don't want this person to be able to roll over the shoulder and get away. I've got the arm, I've got the leg all on one side. What I'm gonna do now is shift my hip and create a bit of space to build a shelf. So the leg that was hooking the leg is gonna end up being a shelf on top. What I mean is this, my toes are gonna pull to me and my bottom leg crosses over the top. If I cross the legs the other way, do me a favor and take your right hand and push my shin to the ground. The other shin? Yes, good. Do me a favor, do the same thing. There's a shelf there, okay? Now, the lock itself, I want to push the wrist down, and I don't want to rely on my arms to do this. I want to pinch my elbows to me, okay? So it's not this with my limbs. My limbs make him a part of my body. Now from here, I turn my body, okay? Now, just an add-on to this, straighten your arm. He's strong, okay? What's stronger than an arm? My leg. Okay, so we can always bring in reinforcements if they try and get out. Let's do that one more time. We'll do it straight on, please. Okay. Good?
Yeah.
Okay, again, start with your partner in your closed guard, and they're gonna put 2 hands on the mat, and they're just gonna let you practice the move, okay? Bite the back, shift the hip. You're going to be sitting up, C-clamp, over the top, C-clamp, okay? We'll worry about all the extra stuff later. Lay on your back and open the door. You're gonna hook the leg. From here, make sure you have this bent on a good 90-degree angle, okay? If I'm here, straighten your arm, come back. Straighten your arm. Now, it's much harder to do now, isn't it? Okay? So it's not impossible, but let's keep in mind that when we're here, I want his wrist past his elbow. Because right now, if it's closer to me, straighten your arm, it's much stronger, okay? Now straighten it. It's a little bit weaker, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Now straighten it. I'm gonna turn. It's gonna get worse. Okay. Now I need to change my angle because I don't want to use my limbs. If I start doing this, straighten your arm. It's changing the fucking angle all the time. Straighten your arm. whenever you feel like it, straighten your arm. Yeah, it's a hard thing to do. If you do things right, it makes shit hard to do. Let's do it one more time. Close guard, 2 hands on the mat, fight the back, shift the hip, collect the thing that you're gonna break, lay on your back, push it to a 90-degree angle, and pinch your elbows to your body. You're hooking the leg so it doesn't roll out. I'm gonna shift and shift until I feel confident. Now from here, remember to build a shell. Be angle retentive with everything. And you're gonna gently turn your torso towards the ground. Okay? Do it again. Sure.
So if you were doing this against a jiu-jitsu guy, how would you provoke them into the dogs on the ground?
I'll show you again. We're going to do, this is the basic application. We're going to go over a couple of setups at the end, okay?
Didn't mean to jump the gun there.
No, it's okay. Okay, so I want you to fight the back and shift the hip.
Okay, so this way.
Pause. See how you put your foot on the mat? Come back. I want you to physically pull this heel to me. Yes.
Okay.
Now pause, come back. That's the side that you're going to turn to. So straighten this leg.
Gotcha.
Yes. And when you drive this leg down, feel how your hips shift. Yes. See how you're still tight to me?
Yeah.
That's why top on your elbow. C-clamp. Yes. Good. Now from here, you've got everything you need. All right. So just lay on your back. My butt came away from my heel. I want you to trap that foot. So yes. Good. Now pause here. I want you to not trap the foot. Put it on the outside. Okay. If you was to do that, I can come out, okay? So what I want from you guys, don't let them go anywhere. Yes, perfect. Okay, now from here, pinch your elbows tight to you, push my wrists to me, pause. Yes, good. Okay. I want you to shift your hip out and lock your legs. So cross your ankles over my hips. When you cross, build that shelf.
Okay.
Perfect. Okay. All right, now make it a part of your chest. And now turn your chest.
Okay.
That's it. Go as hard as it needs to be. Okay? Now, there's no talk. I'm going to go overboard. So we're going to go over 2 applications, 2 setups, but I want to run through a little bit of troubleshoot. Okay? So do me a favor. Actually, here. I want you to fight the back, shift the hip, flex the arm. Okay. Now lay on your back.
Uh-oh.
It's hard to do, right? Lay on your back. It's not hard to do, but it's hard to do, right?
Yeah.
So there's an add-on for all of these things, okay? Do that again. There's an add-on for all of these things. Every single thing that I do is going to have a consequence, okay? What he needs to do is cut out all the space and just be heavy and patient, okay? You can start to be ballistic with it later. For now, one more time. Yes, pause here. You're having a bit of struggle with this, right?
Yep.
Like really get that arm off the ground. Meaning. Engage in the arms, right? Come back. Do that to me. Okay. So what we're going to concentrate on is this, just quick. And this is not in the fundamentals. I'm just adding a little bit on. Okay. Pause here. When I shift and I collect, I don't have to grab this. What I need is this. Turn to the camera for me. What I need is this. This is the most important part. This is secondary, okay? Put all your weight in that hand. Me doing this is not an option. Limbs versus limb. Body versus limb, okay? Whew. Yeah, it's a real thing.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, yeah, no, I'm never gonna give them. Like, yeah, I know. Okay, pause, put everything into this hand. It is not an option for me. He's very heavy, he's very strong. Okay, we'll talk about hugging at the end. Right now, I'm just gonna put my hand on my ribs and my hand on the mat. It's no longer gonna be my limbs versus a limb. I'm gonna lift my hips and my whole body says no. Okay, cool?
Yep.
Addendum, sorry. There's a whole bunch of those things we can add on over time. But the first and most important thing that we did was the basic application. Because I've asked people to do a Kimura before and they're like, the grip is wrist, over the top, your wrist, okay? Now, setups. Now remember, from here, we don't want this distance. We always want them pulled in, and we want their posture down. We want to make it hard for them to hit us. If he was to push off of the ground into his butt and sit up, I'm sticky. Good, come back. From here, we always have an option of bringing them back down with exactly what you're doing from standing. When you do the same thing, I'm going to hook and push. You remember that?
Yep.
Okay. So when he pushes off the ground, I can hook the arm, push off of the foot, and go, no, come back. Okay? The setup for the actual Kimura, when he pushes, maybe he doesn't sit all the way up. Pause. Perfect. Elbow. Fight the back and shift. That's mine. Okay? So whatever side your head is on, when their posture is broken, that's the arm that you're going to grab. Okay? So one more time. To practice this with your partner, you're hugging the neck. Hand is on the back. Your elbows are pinched. When they push off of their hands into their butt, perfect. Come back, please. If he was to push off of his feet into his shoulder, I'm not doing this, am I? Come back. If he pushes off of his hands and his feet, push off your hands too. So get up. Yes, it's a completely different thing, okay? We're going to be doing a whole bunch of different stuff over time. For now, back up, please. So you need to be a good bad guy for your partner. This is your physical cue. You're here. Just do this for now, okay? So the butt is down and the head is up and the weight's in the hands. If I do this, it's a different move. If I do this, it's a different move. Everywhere this person goes is a different move, okay? That's gonna be the beautiful part of this. You're gonna anchor somebody down with your weight, just like standing, and you're gonna feel what they do, and you get to make that look like it was magic, okay? How did you make me do that? Oh, just kind of let me do it. One more time for me, please. Close guard. Start with your partner and punch block. Stage one, hugging the neck, hugging the shoulder. Then you're pushing their hands into their butt pulse. From here, my elbow can easily touch the ground. I'm biting the back and shifting the hips. That's allowing me to collect the arm exactly like we were doing before. Now from here, when I get this, I'm just laying on my back, hooking the leg, shifting the hip, and I'm taking my time with the application to start with. Okay? You want to try that real quick?
Sure.
Great. We're going to do a forced variation in just a second. And I don't know why I keep looking at the clock. There's no clock tonight. All right. All right, hug the back of my neck. The overhook is a little superfluous at the moment. Right now, if I was to do this and pull my elbow, eventually it can come out if I'm able to strongly meet. Okay? If you put your hand on my scapula, pause, and pinch your elbow in, is that arm coming out?
Less easily.
Much less easily. Now, here's the fun part. Do that overhook again. If I know Jiu-Jitsu and I lean my weight in, that comes out because the centrifugal force comes in. Yeah. Not centrifugal, because it's not spinning. Science.
Leverage. Yeah,
leverage. The overhook is great as long as you understand the connection to the ground. For now, fight-wise, don't let them pull your arm back. Easiest thing in the world. Put your hand flat on the back, pinch your elbow. Same thing with the mouth. Yes. You feel how sticky that is?
Yep.
It's such an annoying thing. Now, when I do this, you stay sticky. Yes. Now, take your left elbow and put it on the mat. Good. I want you to fight the back, shift the hip. Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. You're already on the angle because of the elbow. No? No. Yes. Good. Pause. Let's do that one more time.
Yep.
And go super slow. Elbow hits the mat. Yes, you're already good. Wrap it up. Lay on your back. Hook the leg. Oh, yeah, no, you're okay. Hook the leg, shift the hip for a better angle. Now, build that shell. Turn the chest. You're okay. Turn the chest tap. Just a twitch and that shit's on. Okay? So the thing is with a Kimura, it's less about strength than you think it is. It's more about angle and leverage. All right? So we're going to do the head stuff variation. This is one of the things. Can I hop in one more time? Now, not everybody's going to push off the ground. Not everybody's going to try and punch you. Not everybody's going to lean into you and give you a sweep. Some people will just fucking hug you. So, elbows in the ground, hug. Ah, well, shit. I can't get up. It's hard for me to do things. Okay? So, what we're going to do is this. Boom. Boom. Okay. We're going to add weight to make a connection as usual. So start with your partner hugging your hips. Perfect. From here, it's hard for you to get away. It's hard for you to stand up. There's no real submissions, and I can't shoot my hips properly. So what I want to do is I want to flare my elbow, Tuck the head in and close that door, okay? 2 hands are on that scapula now. So sit up, pull your head out. It's hard to do. There it is. Boom, okay? Come back. From here, we're gonna force this variation. We're gonna put your hands here for now. Good, snug. Head goes down, okay? Now, this is a treat right here. I want you to put your elbow on the mat. Elbow on the mat. Yes. Now there's no Kimura. Yeah, you get what I mean? Mm-hmm. Okay, if the elbow's flared, do that again. That's mine. I can do whatever I want. Pause. The elbow's tucked in. Maybe somebody already Kimura'd in the wrestling class one day. Mm-hmm. My job now is I'm going to shift the hip towards the side that I'm on. When I do that, I'm going to collect this arm. Actually, do me a favor and turn with me. And pause. Good. Hug those hips. Perfect. The head is dumped in. My job is I'm going to bite the back, shift the hip. Now when I get to here, it's too tight. So hold on. I can't get the hands in and wrap up a Kimura. What I need to do is 2 monkey grips. Okay? So hold on. Yeah, be a dick to me. From here, I'm not wrapping a Kimura. 2 monkey grips are holding on to his tricep and his forearm. You're good? Yep. I straighten out my left leg and my back dramatically thumps the ground. That's mine. That's my body versus a limb. Huge difference between, again, hug. Yes, between this. Never gonna happen. My body connects to the limb and says, no, give it. So one more time, start with your partner here, and they're not hugging the back just yet. Let's say elbows are tucked, okay? You're going to flare the elbow, tuck the head, okay? Put all the weight into the back of the head. Bite the back, shift the hip. Now from here, 2 monkey grips onto that arm. Now, my body looks like a letter V right now, okay? What I want to do, I want to straighten my left leg, smash my back into the ground, and look like a letter I. Mine, okay? Right away, wrap it, hook it. Take your time with the rest. Shift. Cool?
Yeah.
Let's get that go. You got this. It's all that invisible Hickson shit. Okay? So pause here, don't do anything else. Sure. I want you to bite the back and shift the hip over here.
Okay. So here.
That's that way. For the camera. Yes, pause here. I want you to put a monkey grip on my tricep.
Okay.
The bottom hand, let's put that on the forearm. So pause. Yes. Monkey grip, and take the elbow. So yeah, you're fine. That's yours. Yeah. Okay. What you're gonna do is straighten out your left leg right now. I want you to drive from your left leg into your shoulder on the mat. Yes. Now wrap it up. Yes. Good. Let's do that again.
Okay.
Cross the legs. Don't go too far away from me. Pause here. Shift. Collect it. Yes. Okay. Drive. Shift. All right. That's a lot of big dog. I'm sorry. That was good. All right. So what you're doing is you're using your connection to the ground and your body's weight rather than all the fucking weightlifting you've been doing. Okay? I want connection and I want the ground because this is more reliable than this. This is a mess. This is God's job. All right? That shit is always present. Let's use it. So one more time, just here. Close guard. From here, any point in time that I've got something buried down on me and it's hard for me to do things, bite the back and shift the hip. From here, I can just start to tuck the head and make an angle to say mine. Now wrap your arms around my body. Yes, never gonna happen. It's still gonna happen, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. So when somebody hugged you, the main thing most people go is like, oh fine, I'll do the guillotine. And then they flop between a couple of things. No, this is mine. I don't care. It's still mine. Okay? So you never have to give up on that move. You just have to go, no, that's the one. I'm gonna do that now. Okay? Good?
Yeah.
Okay, so next and last thing, I'm gonna go over the sit-up sweep. Okay? So do me a favor. I want you to put me in the guard. Okay. Just go here. All right. Do the sit-up sweep.
Basically,
yeah,
just sit up.
Cool, come back.
All right.
That was really
Day one of jiu-jitsu.
Okay, same thing.
No.
Boom. Yeah, not a thing. Okay. So if my hips can move, I don't get to do that. All right? Do me a favor, hop up on your elbows and knees like a turtle. And let's do the switches a little bit. Perfect. Okay. So from here, spread your knees out a little. It's very hard for me to just push this guy over. And it's a pain in the ass. Okay? And it's hard for me to get my hooks in. He's really tight. It's a pain. It's actually easy. It's a controlled demolition. If I go from shoulder to hip bone and I just hold the hip bone across the Achilles, it's done. Okay? So if I'm here and I'm on my knees right now, to push me over, my hips are back, and you're going to go, I'm going. If I just did this, it doesn't exist anymore. Okay? So what I want, instead of force and fast, this. Okay? You're going to push their hip bone across their Achilles and not let them come back. All right? So do me a favor. Oh my God, just here. Sure. And I'm going to literally do the class warm-up. So sit on your butt and just go ahead and sit up and pause. Instead of this motion. See how I'm not adding any weight to your hips, right? Okay. It's this. I want your back to stay up. You feel how your hip bone is across your Achilles? Yeah. That's what I want from you. Come back, please. And you can let them post for now. We'll go over something special at the end. Okay? If I hold on to this, we'll talk about that in a second. When I come up, my heel is pulling in, and my hip is not lifting. He's pushing across. Okay? So I'm looking to push his hip bone past his Achilles. That's what I want. Okay? Now, the move itself, when I do this, when I sit up, hip bone crosses the Achilles, don't fall. Perfect. Here we are. My job is to take a big ass step. Okay? I'll talk about this hand in a second. I'm not just going to come up. My leg is going to step and bring him with it. It's going to look a whole lot more different when I do that from the punch. One more time, please. Come back here. If you were to start to sit up now, up and 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 up, that step is what brings me over the top. It's not my hip pushing through, it's the controlled demolition that looks like your warm-up, okay? It's this motion, okay? It's not, get. I want this. They drag you up. They pull you up. You build a frame, you add weight, you take a step over the top, okay? So one time with you there, actually let's go this side. The side that your head is on is most likely the side you're gonna go to, okay? So as your partner sits up and up and up and up, pause here. My job, I'm gonna wrap the arm. I'm gonna build that frame, and I'm not gonna shoot my hips through so much as just collapse the structure. Now that I've collapsed the structure, for me to get up, I'm not gonna push my hips. I'm gonna take a step, pivots over me, okay? You wanna try? Yeah, sure. And we can make that technical jiu-jitsu as well. But remember, this person was doing this, and this, and this, and this, and this. That's what we want, okay? All right. Yes, yes, this, and this, and this, yes. Take your time with it. I want you to reach over the top of this hand, over my head. Yes. Hold on to my tricep. That's good enough. Okay, pause here. I want you to push this foot until my hip starts to come. Yes, good. Now straighten this leg and take a big step. Yes, you felt that, didn't you? Yeah. Yeah, it feels nice. When you do it correctly. Oh.
So why have I never been taught this before?
I'll fucking So the thing is with this, if you do it shit, 9 times out of 10, it might work. Not everybody knows jiu-jitsu. This is something that I didn't learn until like fucking 10 years ago. That. Most people don't even teach that. And he's like, go. Just don't let them do it. You know, don't let them sit up. Pin them down. All right. I'm gonna tap. Shit. You're supposed to have base. Oh my God. Jiu-jitsu. It's not this. Like do the sit-up sweep. No, never. It's not a fucking thing. This is fine. You're the one that has to do things to me now. So you do the sit-up sweep. It's not a fucking thing. I just say no. Okay? So the reason you get to do these things is because my posture is broken and my nose is before my toes. And Imagine my knees have big freaking fucking toes on. Lock up your guard. I have base, don't I?
Yeah.
Okay. Do I have base?
No.
What are my knees to you? Shit. Okay. Now hug me down. You got the overhook. You got everything. Shit. I don't want this. Sit up sweet. Good work. Okay. Let's do that one more time. And I'm going to start to lift my hip if I can. Okay. Same thing. Here. You're doing good. You got me. Now don't remove. Pause. Now.
Lost that.
Okay. When you do this, come up again.
Yep.
Hold on. Okay. Yes, pause. Don't lift. Keep heavy. Pull your left heel to you. Pause. Put it on the ground. Yeah, see how my foot can't go out? Don't lift. Stay here. Put this foot flat. Drive through. Pause. Step. Yep. Oh, good. So there was never a chance for me to do this. Okay? And it doesn't matter if they do this. This is the fun part. Down, please. On my guard. Okay. So from here, if I was to do the sit-up sweep and I didn't grab his arm, what does it do? It says, no, I don't want to go that way. I want that arm to touch the ground because that's my Kimura.
Gotcha.
So again, come back down. Boom, my partner's just to push off the ground. Continue, continue, continue. Halt. My hand hits the ground. I build that frame, and now I push through. Now, from here, it's harder for him to come back. That arm is mine. He's just going to start to walk around to it, and I hug it just like I did before. Now I'm going to collect it, and I'm going to lay on my back. Right away, I'm putting it on, okay? There's no more hooking the leg and setting. Don't do that. You've done that one before? Okay, let's do that. All right, so there's a couple of moments where we bite the back and shift the hip live in fights, okay? So when you do this hip bump sweep, off my guard, please. Okay, I'm going to start to sit up, and you're going to ride with me. Go to your elbow, reach over the top. I want you to grab the arm. Yes. From here, there's no Kimura, but there's a sweep, okay? Now let go of the arm and do the sweep. As you know, good. I want you to walk around on your left hand, so scoot. Keep biting the back and scooting. Now lay on your back. Now shift your hip down. Good. That's super fast, okay? So be gentle with your partner when you practice. Now here's another example. Hop on my front here, please. Another quick example of this is that, let's say, don't know how, whatever, hold on to got the arm crossed. When I shift the hip, right now, if he sits up, yes. What do I do now? Shit. Oh, I took his hip bone across his Achilles. It's the exact same concept, okay? I didn't struggle to do anything. The arm's across, and you're here. You're not going this way. You take the hip bone across the Achilles, and you lay down. You're on the back. Make sense? Okay, so tonight's class, we went over leg hook takedown. You pull away. I hook, mount, lead with the hips, always, okay? From the ground, basic application of Kimura from guard. Off of that, you have the riding variation. So the person is pushing off of the ground. Feel free to ride up with them, don't give any distance. Wrap up the arm, achieve the angle, hook the leg, be anal retentive about all of these dance moves. Don't try and be faster than somebody. Don't try and be stronger than somebody. Be smarter, because you're not going to be fast and strong forever, okay? Off of that, you have a forced variation where you tuck their head in the bucket and you just lean, okay? And that works great for wrestlers that just hug your hips. Feel free to just shift the angle and just pin and collect it with your body's weight distribution. We also did the sit-up sweep and a special Kimura from sit-up sweep. I'm done. That's more than enough. I'm done. Good night. Thank you, big dog.